He's thrown her out. Look at them all standing there. Hello, guard. Could I have a speak with one of you, please? Can I speak to one of you, not you all together? One. Oh, look at all this for the mask. Look. Can I speak to one of you alone? One. Right. My name is Dee. And I was around at the GPO at the protest. As you know, I know me law, I know me rights. The HSE guideline is, if anyone... Are you recording here? Yes, I'm recording. For my safety and yours, that we can't be accused of the wrong, just like a man was yesterday in court accusing the wrong. So this is for my safety and yours, that I can't accuse you of saying something wrong. Is that okay? Yeah, I'll just step away from my own safety. Yeah, look, I'm going to be recording over there. Is that all right? Yeah. Now, what I want to say to you is, the HSE guideline says, anyone that suffers from a condition that exempts them is exempt. Now, you see this here? An offence under the Equality and Disability Act. Committing an offence if you... Do you want to read it? What are you showing me there then? That's an exemption, okay? Now, a letter comes along with it. Sorry, where did you get that? It doesn't matter where I got it. And the letter comes along with it, that's in my bag. But it's not me that the thing was done on. A lady came around to the GPO to me, and the lady's sobbing her heart out. This man here, demanding a medical letter, even though she's the exemption to prove that she's... he demanded to see her medical letters, and she didn't even... Did you print that yourself? It doesn't matter. I got it, but I didn't print it myself. No, I didn't print it. Have you a medical? I didn't print it. I have got a medical letter, but you don't need to see my medical letter because that's my GDPR. Even him, he's not entitled to ask it because that's their GDPR broken starters. Now, what I want to say to you, this is... I'm just going to read it to you. This is just... This here, what I'm showing you is... Right? Show me that there. No, I'm telling you something now, if you wait. Right, this is here. I am exempt from wearing a face cover, and to deny me service or entry is an offence, which is what you're to protect, right? Under the you know what the Equal Acts are, don't you? Don't make a big deal out of it. But listen, an Equal Status Act of 2000, discrimination against people with disability, Section 3. In the Constitution, okay? Now, he has broken every bit of that on that lady. She is exempt, and it says in the back of the HSE guidelines, it tells you that you cannot discriminate against people with disabilities. Now, that one there, it's an offence under the Equal Status Act of 2000, but that man, to demand that woman's doctor's medical letter, which is in breach of her GDPR. You know that, I know that. That's the way I speak. No disrespect, but I speak very loud. That's the way. I've no tone button. I can't tone down. That is the way I speak. I'm not getting loud with you. Okay, we say that before you try to do me for public order, which is what's happening over mass all over Ireland. So why is the Garda being called out to somebody because they won't put a mask on their face when they're exempt? Now, this is ridiculous what this man doing. A waste of how many police? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and outside 7. 7 policemen for a woman that went over here, roaring and crying around to me at the GPO because that person there on the door made an absolute show of her in front of a pack shop. These moves here. Panic alarm was activated. Panic alarm. Oh my God, what a joke. Are you not fed up with things like that, hitting a panic alarm? A panic alarm for making up. I came around to ask him why did he do that to that woman, and he got very abusive, very loud. I have it all on record. All I said to him was, under the Equality Status Act, Section 3, if you want to read it there, you want to read a whole lot of it, he committed an offence. This here only tells them in big writing instead of the small writing on the thing. So to show them big writing that we have it, instead of taking our personal medical thing out of our bags, which I have, she has, he has, and she has. We have medical exemptions in our bags. You should not have to break your GDPR to prove that that means what it says on it. Now, why was he allowed to do that to that woman? This woman was sobbing her heart out when she came around to GDPR. She's a medical thing in her bag. But that what it says. You're committing an offence by refusing me entry because I'm telling you I'm exempt. Now, you know the HSE said, if a person tells you you are exempt, you have to accept it. And it's the same on the public buses. We've had a meeting with loads of Dublin busmen, and they all said, the minute you tell me when you get on the bus you're exempt, I accept it. I'm not here to police it. The police shouldn't be interfering in it either. They shouldn't be interfering. This is a civil matter between a shop and a customer. You should not be called unless there's somebody getting attacked. Which there was nobody getting attacked. So they wasted your time. I wanted to go to the staff note because please do. Please do. And I've everything. If they say I got abuse, I've got the proof for you. Off you go. Thanks. Sorry. All right. Now, because this woman wants him charged for taking her character, and you are going to lose your job. Yeah. Forever was one. Don't give them any reason to do this for public order. Sure. crowd outside. You think we were at the robbing this shop? Look at that outside. Look at that people. You think we were at the robbing shop? Look. You think we were at the stealing something? Look at this. Look at this. All because he wanted to see a lady. Oh, I'm on a public walkway. I can record you all I like. I know my law. I know my statutes. I know my... Oh, believe me, I know my law better than most of the people that standing here. No disrespect to you lads. No, there's no real... Yeah, there is one young lad. Because I asked him statutes and he hadn't got a clue. Not you, a young lad. Look at this. You think there was a shop after being stolen? You think this shop was after being robbed? Because this little upstart was making his own laws in the shop. He was making his own rules in the shop. I'm not breaking any laws. I know my laws. I know what to... I'm not on private property. That's a public walkway. Is that right? No, this is not. That's a public walkway, the floor. It's not a public walk. Do the public walk in here to get a phone? Do the public walk in here to get a phone? Well, then it's a public walkway. Look at this. All for a woman that was left over here. Do you know that woman walked around towards at the protest, roaring and crying because he made an absolute show of her? They think because they get a uniform on them, you get a dose of uniformitis. That's what happens to you. When you get a little radio and a uniform, a dose of uniform, you think you are a policeman because you put a radio on you. You're not. You don't come up to the standards of the man standing beside you because he's not acting the way you did. You'd want to see the carryings on of him before you arrived. And I have it all here for proof. Screaming, get out, get out. And don't say you wouldn't because I have it here for proof. I have it here for proof. You don't see the carryings on him before you arrived. Calm down when you knew you were coming. Now, I'm not recording your faces. Honest to God, I'm not. Look, it's down to the floor. Now, you see when I walked in, I did not abuse him. I asked him why he did what he did to that woman. Now, look, it's to the floor. I'm not putting your faces on it. I asked him what he did, why he did that to that woman. She had a medical exemption. He demanded her doctor's exemption, her doctor's one. Now, what are you going to do about this with this security guard? Oh, this woman it was that it happened to. This woman. Yeah. Yes, she does. Do you need her to go to the guard station? You need her to go to which guard station? Store Street. She will do. What's your name? Eric Kelly. Eric Kelly. Yeah. Well, Eric, she will do. I don't know what these people have told you, but I have everything on here then anyway. They know we did not abuse him. We come in and asked him, why did he do that to that woman? Why did he do it? Sorry? Yes, but also he tries to say that against me. I have everything here for proof because it was done on a man yesterday in a court that was on a bus, very politely got off the bus, committed no offence. He had also a medical exemption. And the guard got up and told nothing but lies. And that's why we're recording, so those lies can't be told about us. I'm not accusing you that you would lie in any way, shape or form, because some of you are genuinely honest. But we've got some of them that stand up in a court and lie, and the judge wouldn't look at the video. But on the appeal, the truth will come out and they'll be shown for their lies. But I won't allow lies to be told about us that we came in here and he starts screaming at us at the top, get out, get out. I have it all on here for proof.
I'll have to take statements from all parties.
There'll be no problem. She wants to go, I don't know whether she wants to go ahead with charges or not. We want to stand here. We're standing here to make a statement, make a point, and taking a stand against the likes of him that thinks he's a policeman when he puts a uniform on. It's called a dose of uniformitis. This is what they get when you give them a radio. They all of a sudden think they're law enforcement. They really do. You'd want to see the carryings on him when we came in. They think they're law enforcement and taking law into their own hands. And I mean, calling the riot squad, hitting the panic button because a 4'11" woman on a grudge comes in and asks him why he sent that woman out of the shop blood and crying.
I don't know. I have to look to see.
He starts screaming at us. And I'm sure you did have plenty of CCTV footage. We didn't go anywhere near him. I called him an imbecile because he was acting like one. And that's it. She wants to make a statement, she'll go to Stowe Street and do it.
Can I talk to this?
Yeah, you can. Now, sorry for a minute, interrupt you. Can I have you here for a minute?
Yeah. Would you like to make a statement in relation to what happened? Okay.
Just tell this lad what happened.
No, a statement, a written statement.
Do you want to go to the guard station and make a statement about it, or do you want him just to be reprimanded by his bosses for